Scouts are essential to deploy for intel and also tag resources in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Did you know though that you can have a total of 9, which is going to make it a lot more efficient to get your hands on resources and especially make truckloads of money. Some of these are easy to unlock, while you can also miss out on some entirely during your playthrough. Today I'm gonna share how you can unlock all 9 scout points and give you essential tips and tricks to get the most out of them during your adventures, so let's get to it. As usual, chapters for all 9 scouts can be found in the description down below, so don't miss any of them, and hitting that like button also helps out a ton. So, the first scout, actually super easy to unlock, which kinda automatically happens if you simply follow your main quests. One of these is called Spark to Flame, which asks you to get back to Tomiko at a certain point, which basically guides you to the location of your future hideout. This is where you get introduced to the building menu and are asked to build a Kakurega. As you can see, with the first year you acquire a scout point. Kakuregas grant fast travels, seasonal contracts, etc. After you've done that, the next 2 scout points can be picked up very quickly as well, by simply leaving your hideout, walking down the path southwest, as if you open the map, this is where you will find an exclamation mark, finding new allies. This is where you have to talk with a dude, Manta, who keeps calling you Miss Naue. After you've done that, bam, 2 more scout points unlock. A simple quest, easily missed, but essential to pick up early. After you've picked up your first scout points, it is essential you start tagging resources, as you're gonna need quite a lot of these to start unlocking new buildings inside your hideout, and one of those, super important, is called the Study. When you build it, an additional scout will join your league, also reducing the search zone for quests. On level 2, you guessed it, you will get a secondary one, while for level 3, that's your 3rd scout with only this building, and further reducing your search zone. There are more buildings you want to pick up and upgrade ASAP to make your adventures a whole lot easier. My ultimate guide for this can be found in the top right of the screen. To unlock the next scout, you definitely don't want to mess up this quest line, as you can miss out on an ally during your entire playthrough, which you'll find in the Wakasa region after you've made your way to the Tsuruga town. A little bit southwest of it, you can find the Saifukuji temple. This is where you get introduced to one of the people of Wakasa, Shido, the Biwa master. He asks you to deal with the Pirate Alliance. And this is where some sources on the internet are wrong, provide you with inaccurate information as they tell you to simply take out all these targets. But this is something you want to especially avoid, as you will miss out on key allies for your playthrough. I share more about these in another video you can find in the top right of the screen, but these are basically the 2 people I decided to spare. After you return to Shido, he will understand whatever decision you make and bam, join your ranks as scout when completing the Pirate Alliance questline. For the next scout, you want to get introduced to Nobutsuna in the Ami province, specifically Azuchi. You will automatically get introduced to this guy after you've unlocked Yasuke and done some of his main objectives. Then you will unlock the People of Ami Wheel, where you will find Nobutsuna Sensei himself, and also the questline Nobutsuna's Students. He asks you to duel all his students, and one of those is Yagyu Munetoshi. But after aspiring and successfully dueling this guy and sparing him, he will join your ranks as available scout and reward you with some more legendaries. He can be found in the Yamato region, by the way, southwest of Uda Matsuyama at this specific quick travel called Mount Biwa. And last but definitely not least, we have scout number 9, for which you want to get introduced to Master Rikyu. This only happens after you've completed a main mission to unlock Yasuke called Lightning and Thunder. I think you already get introduced to him a first time in the northern part of Sakai, right here, while for the Master quest you want to travel to Yamashiro, specifically the town of Kyoto, the northern part of it, that's where you also find the northern Kakurega. Rikyu tasks you to find 7 unique tea balls in the world of Japan. One of those can be picked up at this specific ornament vendor, northeast of the southern Kyoto Kakurega. Finding the other 6 tea balls though can be a pretty big challenge, as they're literally hidden in corners of the world. One of them even includes taking out a high value target, which I won't mention right here to prevent spoilers. But in general, it is super important after you've acquired all 7 tea balls, you don't mess up this questline, as you will literally miss out on this scout point. That's why I made a dedicated guide for this questline, which you can find in the top right of the screen, with all tea ball locations fast, including the right decisions to make at Rikyu. which in the end makes Rikyu a happy person, and bam, there you have your final scout point. A total of 9 scout points which you permanently unlock on your character. Before we wrap up this video, a couple more essential tips. Make sure to use up all these scout points in the early game to get the most out of resource farming and of course intel. This will make upgrading your hideout and gear a lot easier in the early game. Starting in the mid and late game, once you've established a nice hideout and upgraded pretty much all the buildings, you actually want to start not using some of these points, because with higher hideout levels, the available scouts, the ones which you haven't used during that season, can bring back money, hideout resources, crafting materials, and also gear at season's end. Which means if you decide to not use up all the scout points, you will actually find a ton of loot inside this chest, which is located at your stables. If you get lucky, you can find like 6 different items and a truckload of resources in there. Well, another important tip is that when you've actually used up these scout points in the early game and still want to tag more resources or search for intel, is that you can always visit one of your kakuregas and use these bags to refill your scouts, which can be found in every single kakurega you've unlocked in the world. Before you do this, also unlock the Nando ASAP, as this building makes the replenish cost of scouts inside kakuregas 30% cheaper, which is gonna save you a lot of money in the long run. For some extra get-rich-quick tips though, be sure to check out my money guide, which you can find in the top right of the screen. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is everything you need to know to unlock all 9 scout points in Shadows. If you enjoyed the content, leaving a like would mean the world to me, and if you have more questions, suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to check out our Discord with thousands of members, but that's it for now. 4am out. I'll check you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace.